Yeah, good morning, friends. So, yesterday we have seen a sharp cut initially in the first half of the session. Nifty 50 futures made the low of 23,593 before bouncing back towards 23,800 and ended in marginally in red at 23,780. So, overall 23,500 Nifty spot was the mentioned silver line between bulls and bears as per the intraday charts, and we have seen that yesterday Nifty 50 spot tested almost that mark before bouncing back. So, going forward, 23,500 still remains relevant as per the intraday charts, and trading over and above 23,500, the bias still remains range to downside capped, but overall the positional structure remains range to down, trading below 24,000, 24,200 mark, and gradually we will be expecting lower lows of 23,000, 22,800 initially to be tested in days and weeks to come. So for the day today, the bias will be range. Today is the weekly expiry for Nifty, and we can see that as per the data, OI data, things are not very positive, but the way we have seen some kind of pullback, that indicates some range bound consolidation initially. So as per the levels for the intraday players, dips towards 23,580 futures followed by 23,400 will act as a support, and resistance will be at around 23,960, 24,080, which can be looked for selling. So overall the bias remains range to down with a crucial support at 23,500 intraday once again. Bank Nifty futures, which ended last session at 50,095, there also the bias still remains range to down. We have been saying that 51,000, 51,500 is immediate hurdles now, and 49,500, 50,000 remains an important vital support. So that level has been tested yesterday, and Bank Nifty bounced back to end just marginally above 50,000 mark. Closing below 49,500 on a weekly time frame will indicate some kind of breakdown. As of now, indices, Bank Nifty still remains in a range. As per the data, OI data, 50,000 maximum build up in put indicates some decent support even as on a short term time frame, but on the higher note we can see a lot of option sellers active. So that indicates that the sellers are active at a high levels. Supports are at a trim to be broken on a news or some kind of inflows which we can see in days to come. So supports are not very strong compared to the resistance levels. Today is the TCS result. If we analyze Nifty IT index, which is trading at 43,635, the bias is range to down. Be cautious with leverage longs. Trading below 44,250 Nifty IT index, the bias will remain upside capped with a support at around 41,900. Dips will be looked for fresh entry. In the IT segment, Infosys, which ended last session at 1933, has a strong resistance at around 1982,000 mark, while the support is at around 18,000, 1800 and 1740. So as per the OI data, we believe that the lower levels should be tested. As per the price study, things are within a range, and the same outlook is in almost in all the counters in IT space. Price study indicates range, but the data indicates range to down. Even if we talk about TCS, which ended last session at 4108, resistance is at around 4220, below which the bias is range to down. Support is 3920. Wipro, which ended last session at 297.5, support is at around 285, resistance at 305, bias range to down. SCL Tech, which ended last session at 1932, strong resistance at 2000, support is at around 1840, 1760, bias range to down. Same is the case with Persistent, which ended last session at 6230, resistance 6600, support 5940. So as per the price study, pattern and price indicates range, but the OI data indicates range to downside outlook. While if we talk about Nifty Auto Index, which ended last session at 23,370, Auto Index has been within a range to downside biased. Earlier it has completed its some time and price consolidation, and we have seen some kind of pullback and bounce back also in last few sessions. But overall, if we see, the pattern is reduced on pullback. So Nifty Auto Index, which is trading at 23,370, the bias is positive over and above 22,000 mark, but pullback resistance can be at around 25,000 level, which should be looked for reducing long positions in Nifty Auto space. If we talk about Mahindra & Mahindra, which had been a delivery bet since long, it ended last session at 3102. The support is at around 3000, resistance is at around 3500 mark. Range to positive outlook is there in Mahindra & Mahindra, but again, higher level should be looked to deleverage positions. Maruti has witnessed decent pullback in last couple of sessions, trading at 11,822. The support is at around 11,300. Resistance is at around 12,500. Fresh entry will be looked only on dips towards 11,300 and lower. Tata Motors, which we have witnessed a pullback, 800 is acting as a resistance, and once it sustains above 800, it will be expected to test the highs of 860, 900. So buy on dip in Tata Motors, holding over and above 750. The bias is range to up. Eicher Motors, which has witnessed a decent up move initially, is trading at 5163. It has a silver line at around 5048. Fresh buying should only be looked on dips. There is a lot of call built up at a higher end, which indicates that initially for few sessions the counter can end up into a pressure. Pullbacks toward 55-5600 mark can be looked for contra trading short bet also. Bajaj Auto and Hero Motors, which has been in a oversold zone earlier, there is some kind of pullback, but these pullback attempts should be looked to reduce. For example, if we talk about Bajaj Auto, which ended at 8642 levels, it has a strong silver line resistance at around 9000 mark, and the support is at around 8000. Trading below 9000, bias is range to down. Support is at around 8000. Dips toward those levels or 8200 mark, we can look for fresh buying. 8000 is a very important support on a midterm time frame, which we are expecting not to be taken off easily, and pullback towards 9000 will be expected thereafter. Same is the case with Hero Motors, which ended last session at 4138. Silver line is 4400 mark, support is at 3950. Bias is pressure. So Hero Motors dips will only be looked for buying. Since these counters are trading in the oversold zone, we are not expecting much lower levels to be tested. But yes, the mentioned supports can be looked for fresh long bets. As of now, reversal is pending, and the structure is weak. Thank you.